As we step into 2025, we declare this the year of Salar Digital, a year of new accomplishments, ambitious goals, and transformative projects. The future is bright and we are ready to make it shine even brighter. Let's embrace 2025 with hope, determination, and the courage to dream bigger. Together, we'll make this our most extraordinary year yet. Welcome to 2025, the year of Salar Digital.
मिट गए मिस्र, यूनान और रोमा, लेकिन कायम है अब तक नामो निशान हमारा. कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी.
As the year comes to a close, it's time to look back at the moments that defined 2024. It was a year of highs and lows. While it was a year that spelled major achievements in science, sports, and politics, it also brought in tragedies and protests and controversies that shook the nation. From India's space milestones and the grand inauguration of the Ram Mandir to shocking crimes and intense legal battles, 2024 had no shortage of headlines. Globally too, elections, conflicts, and inspiring victories kept the world on edge. Let's take a closer look at the events that shaped this unforgettable year. We start with January. On January 1st, India successfully launched its first X-ray polarimeter satellite to study the polarization of X-rays from powerful sources in space such as black holes and neutron stars. With this achievement, India became the second country in the world after the United States to send a satellite dedicated to this type of research. In another big success, ISRO's Aditya L1 spacecraft entered its final orbit around the Sun-Earth Lagrangian point L1, about 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. One of the most talked about events in January 2024 was of course the Prana Pratishta ceremony of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, which took place on January 22nd. February was packed for India. On February 7th, Uttarakhand became the first state in the country to pass the Uniform Civil Code Bill. Calling it a historic moment, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said that the State Assembly was the first in independent India to approve a law enforcing uniform rules for all communities except the scheduled tribes on matters like marriage, divorce, inheritance, and live-in relationships. In the same month, 8 former Indian Navy veterans who were arrested in Qatar in August 2022 and initially sentenced to death on charges of spying for Israel were released and returned to India. February also saw the second phase of the farmers' protest as thousands of farmers traveling on tractors and trucks marched towards New Delhi. They demanded solutions from the government, including guaranteed minimum support prices for crops and debt relief. The Supreme Court also made headlines when a 5-judge constitution bench struck down the centre's electoral bond scheme, declaring it unconstitutional. The court ruled that the scheme violated the right to information under the Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution by enabling anonymous political donations. It directed the State Bank of India to immediately halt the issuance of electoral bonds and disclose details of bonds purchased by political parties since April 12, 2019. The court also instructed the Election Commission of India to publish this information on its official website. We come to March. Bengalurians might remember this month due to the bombing of the Rameshwaram Cafe. On March 1st, an explosion caused by an improvised explosive device injured at least 10 people at the cafe in Bengaluru's Whitefield area. After 42 days, the National Investigation Agency arrested 4 suspects from West Bengal. Another major event was the government's decision to implement the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act on March 11th. The law faced criticism for being unfair to Muslims as it grants Indian citizenship to Hindus, Parsis, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, and Christians who fled religious persecution in places like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan before December 31st, 2014. On March 21st, politics took center stage when Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate for his alleged role in the Delhi liquor policy case. This marked the start of a high-profile legal and political controversy. As April followed, Israel carried out an attack on Iran's consulate in Damascus, Syria, killing 13 people, including Major General Mohammad Reza Zahidi. In response, Iran launched hundreds of drones and missiles towards Israel. On April 14th, Iran warned both Israel and the United States of an even larger response if they retaliated against its large-scale drone and missile strike on Israeli territory the previous night. Meanwhile, Israel stated that the campaign is not yet over. Iran referred to its operation as Operation True Promise. May 2024 saw several tragic incidents. One of the most devastating was the collapse of a hoarding in Ghatkopar in Mumbai, which killed 17 people and injured over 75. The collapse was caused by a weak foundation of the supporting pillar, followed by dust storms that affected the city. This accident also led to a political debate in Maharashtra. On May 19th, another controversy occurred when two IT engineers, Anish Awadia and Ashwini Khoshta from Madhya Pradesh, were killed after their motorcycle was struck by a speeding Porsche driven by a 17-year-old allegedly under the influence of alcohol at around 2:30 a.m. The boy was detained by bystanders and handed over to the police. The incident sparked public outrage and allegations of a cover-up, with many accusing the boy's family and officials of trying to hide the truth. The case resulted in the arrest of the boy's parents, grandfather, the restaurant owners who served alcohol to him, and two doctors. The incident also became the subject of many memes, especially after the minor was asked to write a 300-word essay. On May 31st, Prajwal Revanna, the grandson of former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda and nephew of former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, was arrested by the Karnataka police at Bengaluru's Kempegowda International Airport. He faced serious accusations of sexual abuse leveled by multiple women, with some labeling him as mass rapist. Survivors claimed that Prajwal Revanna had recorded videos of the assaults and used them to blackmail and threaten his victims into submission. June 4th was a significant day for India as the results of the 2024 general election were announced. Prime Minister Narendra Modi secured a third term in office. However, the outcome was disappointing for the National Democratic Alliance, the NDA, as its ambitious goal of Ab Ki Baar 400 par saw them winning only 293 seats. Meanwhile, the India Alliance performed strongly, securing 234 seats. The same day also saw the beginning of the NEET controversy, which sparked outrage among thousands of students. The results showed unusual patterns, with 67 students scoring perfect 720 out of 720, an unprecedented number compared to the usual 1 to 3 perfect scores in the previous years. Concerns were also raised about impossible scores like 418 and 419, leading to allegations of malpractice and paper leaks. The National Testing Agency admitted that 1,563 students received grace marks due to delays at exam centers, but maintained that the exam process was completely fair. Moreover, on June 11th, popular Kannada actor Darshan was arrested by the Karnataka police in connection with the murder of his fan Renuka Swamy. Tragedy struck again on June 17th when 3 rear coaches of the stationary Selda-bound Kanchanjunga Express derailed after being hit by a goods train in West Bengal's Darjeeling district. The accident claimed 15 lives and injured 60 others. Ending the month on a high note, India defeated South Africa by 7 wickets on June 29th to win the 2024 ICC Men's T20 World Cup. On July 1st, a significant shift in India's legal framework took place as the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam came into effect, replacing the Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure and the Indian Evidence Act. Meanwhile, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah was found in the middle of a controversy over allegations of corruption linked to the allotment of plots by the Mysuru Urban Development Authority or the MUDA. The issue surfaced earlier this year when Siddaramaiah sought 62 crore rupees in compensation, claiming his land had been encroached upon. On 14th July, the government appointed a one-man inquiry commission to investigate these allegations and irregularities. However, on July 24th, Assembly Speaker U.T. Khadar refused permission to discuss the MUDA scam in the House. The situation escalated further on when the governor issued a show-cause notice to Siddaramaiah following a petition filed by social activist T.J. Abraham. Subsequently, the Karnataka High Court postponed the submission of the Lokayukta police report concerning the MUDA site allotment case. July also witnessed devastating landslides in Kerala's Wayanad district, which claimed the lives of at least 300 people. Many others were injured while hundreds remained missing. August was a month of horror as well as celebration. On August 9th, the brutal rape and murder of a 31-year-old female postgraduate trainee at the R.G. Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata shocked the entire nation. The incident led to widespread protests and public outrage, with people demanding justice. At the same time, Indian athletes made the country proud with their achievements at the Olympics. Manu Bhaskar won 2 medals. She became the first Indian woman to win the Olympic medal in shooting and also earned a bronze in the team event with Sarabjot Singh. Neeraj Chopra brought home a silver medal in men's javelin throw. The Indian men's hockey team won a bronze medal and Lakshya Sen became the first Indian male badminton player to reach the semi-finals at the Olympics. On September 15th, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced his resignation with Atishi Marlena Singh, who assumed the role soon after. She became the 3rd woman and the youngest individual to hold this position. As a prominent leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, Atishi has been instrumental in ensuring the party's stability, especially during these challenging times when Kejriwal and other senior leaders were imprisoned. During this period, she effectively managed the party's operations alongside other key members. In a shocking incident on October 12, former Maharashtra Minister and Nationalist Congress Party leader Baba Siddiqui was shot in broad daylight on a bustling street in Mumbai. The attack reminded one of the city's infamous 1990s underworld era, dominated by figures like Dawood Ibrahim, Abu Salim, and Chota Rajan, as the assassination was associated with Lawrence Bishnoi. Indian industrialist and philanthropist Ratan Tata passed away on October 9, 2024 at the age of 86 due to age-related issues. The former chairman of Tata Sons was honored with a state funeral on October 10th. His body, draped in Indian flag, received a military tribute and a 21-gun salute. On November 13th, the Supreme Court of India delivered a landmark judgment imposing a nationwide ban on the practice of instant bulldozer justice. The ruling came as part of a verdict in a case that had raised the issue of demolition of properties by state authorities as punishment for the alleged criminal involvement of property owners. Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh saw fresh violence in November. The violence took place in Sambal on November 24th, claiming the lives of 5 individuals. The clashes occurred outside the Jama Masjid following a court-mandated survey of the mosque. The survey was initiated after a civil suit alleged that the masjid had been constructed over the ruins of an ancient Sri Harihar temple. In global developments, the United States presidential election results were announced, with Donald Trump becoming the 47th president. Trump's victory came despite facing 2 assassination attempts, 2 presidential impeachments, a criminal conviction, and several other legal challenges. Additionally, Indian billionaire Gautam Adani faced serious legal troubles after being indicted by US prosecutors in connection with an alleged $265 million bribery scheme. The charges accuse Adani and 7 others of bribing Indian officials to secure power supply contracts for energy projects in India. The Adani Group has denied the allegations, calling them baseless. And finally, December. The issues of men's mental health and the misuse of laws intended to protect women sparked nationwide debate following the suicide of Atul Subhash, a 34-year-old techie from Bengaluru. Subhash reportedly took his own life after alleging harassment by his estranged wife Nikita Singhania and her family. He left behind a detailed 24-page suicide note and a 90-minute video sharing his struggles, which included multiple legal battles initiated by his wife. In the note, Subhash accused Singhania and her family of filing 8 false cases against him, including allegations of dowry harassment, domestic violence, attempted murder, and financial exploitation. Singhania was later arrested in Gurugram and remanded to 14 days in judicial custody, although she has denied all these accusations. However, December 12th marked a historic moment for Indian chess as 18-year-old Gukesh Domaraju from Chennai became the youngest ever winner of the FIDE World Chess Championship. He claimed the prestigious title in Singapore by defeating China's Ding Lijian, cementing his place in chess history. On December 26th, India lost former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, who passed away at the age of 92 in Delhi after his health deteriorated. Known for his low profile and calm demeanor, his legacy will always be remembered. As 2024 comes to an end, some problems are still unresolved. The Gaza war continues with a rising death toll. The Manipur conflict remains unresolved, and the debate on one nation, one election is still ongoing. As we move into the new year, these issues remind us that there's still a lot of work to be done. But, as always, a very happy new year.